Alright fellas, fresh from the Madhouse in Belgium. It's a 6-pin Iseo Dimple lock. He freshly cut this thing in half. It was filthy. I sprayed it with a lot of Houdini. That's the only thing I've done to it. It does work smoothly, as all Iseos do. Here's what the bitting looks like on this guy. It is not a pin-in-pin. Come on, baby. It is not a pin-in-pin. You might see some pins here. They actually are lined up on the back. So on the opposite side, I don't think those are active pins. I think they're passive pins, but I'm only going to be picking in one direction, so I really shouldn't be interfering. Unless I bump them, I really shouldn't interfere with those too much. I'll go ahead and pick it the correct way, like that. Make you guys happy. Picking dimple locks oriented like that, for me, is actually more convenient. Because if I can find a tension wrench, it lets me put the tension wrench on the opposite side out of the way, so it's not blocking your vision or mine. I want something a little tighter than that. Let's try this guy. Nope. All right, so best we got here. This made out of the thickest music wire I could find, and it's not the best, but it's the best I have. All right, I'm going to try a standard flag, and I'm going to work from the top left here, using the keyway as my guide. That really is terrible. That's not very... Let me try the other side. I can jam him in there. Nope, as good as it gets. Try not to have to custom make anything. Alright, let's get started. Enough messing with the camera. Alright, moderate tension, find the speed bump, find the binder. And pin 2, nope, pin 3. Got a click off of him. I'm on pin 5. Click off of him. No turn on the core though. Okay, if this doesn't work, I'm going to tighten up on the tensioning a little bit, and I'm going to force something to bind. Alright, I'm going to tighten up a little bit more. And I got nothing, which would indicate I've overset. So I'm going to lighten up. I'm going to slide my pickup inside of there, try to rake something loose. Alright, now I probably let everything back up, but we'll just start fresh. Okay, it's pin 4. Good solid click. Pin 2. Good solid click. 3. Okay, on pin 1. And there we go. Not a lot to it. I would have expected more from an Iseo. But we'll take it. Open's open. Alright, I do have a key, so I'll just leave it like that. Gotta pop the back of that. Okay, I'm probably gonna go ahead and lock it, and then I'll use the screwdriver to pop off this C-clip. Like so. Get a board up here. Okay. Let's see what we got in here. Like I said, I didn't feel any of those other pins. They're probably not even there. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. Turn it like that to get the solid segment along the driver pins. I'm going to use a medium power. I happen to have one right here. These, what the heck? We did have pins on the other side. Sure enough, I felt it fall down, and there's the other one. Hit me on the little finger. So there are 2 pins, but they are both passive pins, and they are located right on the bottom there. They were until they fell out. So pin number 1, chamber 1 and chamber 5. And we'll look at the key when I pull it out in a moment. We got some more on the side here. I didn't even notice those. They are also passive, thank goodness. We got some anti-drills right there and right there. Alright, these are the pins that we picked, and you can see they are protected by a steel ball bearing located right next to my thumbnail right there. Alright, let me take the key out of here. And we flip it over. You can see, well, we'll do this in a second. I got too many pins ready to fly, so let me start dumping them. 1, standard. Move these guys up. And they're all falling out the other side. 3, 4, 5. Nope, that was 6. And this is 5. All of these little pins you see falling out were from the side. Let me go ahead and dump them up here. I'll have to figure them out later. We did not have to pick any of those. Thank goodness. We got one still stuck in there. And there he goes. I'm just going to leave those. Not important. But we had actually three sets of pins in this. We had the pins we had to pick along the top. We had the pins along the side, which fit into these notches on the side of the key. And then we had, let's see, there's the side and then there's the bottom. There were not 5 pins, there were only 2 pins in chamber number 1. Let me see if I get this right. Chamber number 1 and chamber number 4. Those were the only 2 to line up with those. All these things, thank goodness, were only for key control. We only had to worry about these 6 pins that you see right here. All of these were standard except number 4. He is a spool, and a very nice looking spool he is. Let's see what they got upstairs. Hopefully pins only jump out from one direction. Okay, we have spool. Standard. Standard. We have spool. Standard. And another spool. All right. And a whole bunch of springs. This is how these things come. This is not a challenge lock guide. This is how these things come from the factory. All right, one very nice looking steel spool pin for one of the key pins. All the rest of these are standard, all steel by the way. Along the top we had 3 spools and then we had 3 standard pins. Anyway fellas, there you go. Madhouse. Thank you sir for the lock. Everybody else stay safe, stay legal. Weren't we lucky? I didn't have to pick those 8 pins. Thanks guys.